Good luck. That trail. That's a tough trail. Whew, I'm exhausted. Amanda, have fun. We'll see you later. Whew. Megan.
Yeah.
Thanks for waiting for me.
Yeah.
That's a hike now.
I waited like 2 seconds.
But I hiked the whole thing.
Did you?
Came down from the hill.
Did you? I think you were imagining it.
It is National Trails Day.
Yeah, maybe you had a dream about it last night and you were hiking and...
So we're just going to do the introduction now?
Yeah, I think that's a good plan.
I didn't...
You didn't actually do it.
Oh.
Maybe next time.
No. Good morning, everybody. It's your Zoo Adventures team. Coming to you today is June 4th, the first Saturday in June. That is National Trails Day. Now, we're airing this a little later because it's a Saturday, and it's kind of hard for us to do things on Saturdays because Zoo Adventures airs on Wednesdays. It kind of makes sense.
Right.
Steve's in front of the camera.
Megan is filming.
Awesome. So, the North Carolina Zoo has trails throughout the park. Yep. Just outside Purgatory Trail, just outside the zoo is Purgatory Trail. And we have some other places as well. But today there's some really cool festivities going on, some neat people for you to meet, and some fun things for you to hear. So please stay tuned for National Trails Day from the North Carolina Zoo in Asheboro, North Carolina. Hello, everybody. It's awesome to see you once again. We're here with Dr. Betsy Rosnick and Megan. You're on the wrong side of the ribbon.
No.
Yep.
You're on the wrong side.
No.
There's a ribbon for a reason.
Yeah, but Betsy's the big deal here.
There's
So
a ribbon.
she's giving you permission.
It's okay. You can
See,
come.
it's okay. So come on over.
Okay.
Come on. Oh, somebody taking advantage of the trail. Somebody taking advantage of the trail. Come on through. Enjoy the trail.
Thank you.
Nice. I love it. Megan, what you went on? You really went under the ribbon?
I think I went too low. Okay, I'm here.
It's hard to find good help. Thank goodness she's good.
Yeah.
So Megan, can you show our digital friends the trail a little bit? It was awesome to have somebody using the trail.
It's the trail.
This is so cool. So this is a taped episode, obviously. National Trails Day is June 4th, but we wanted to make sure we got this and we're able to talk to a few people. So Betsy, why, we asked kind of Abby, so we have trails here at the zoo. Do we use other lands as well?
We do. So the North Carolina Zoo actually has over 2,000 acres of natural lands that we've protected.
2,000.
And we have trails on some of those lands, and we're working on building more.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. And can our digital friends access those trails?
Yes. So the trails here at the zoo at Purgatory Mountain are open anytime the zoo is open. So anytime you want to hike, come on.
Love
Go
it.
for a hike.
Love it.
And we also have trails at Ridges Mountain Preserve, which is about 10 miles west of Asheboro.
Nice. Good deal. And just let's set the scene for our digital friends.
Yeah.
So we are in a pine, what else is here? Some pine, some oak forest. Beautiful, easy to walk on trails where we are now. Kind of very well defined trails. What might our guests expect to see if they're out and about?
Well, this is the easy part of the trail.
Oh, well, that's
if you
why
go
I'm here.
further down the trail,
You and I, Megan, you and I later.
if you stay on this trail, you're actually going to go to the top of Purgatory Mountain.
All the way to the top.
Yep. So it's
That's
a
not
small,
scary.
it's a small mountain, but there's some hills there.
There's still mountain in the word. So
Yeah.
come on
That's
now.
right. Yeah.
Any critters?
Yeah. If you're lucky, you might. Well, you'll definitely hear some birds.
Very
you may
cool.
see some.
Any birders? Thumbs up or a heart for birds? Love it.
We have lots of other animals that are more secretive, but if you're quiet, you might see deer.
Oh.
If you come early in the morning, you might see like a fox.
Wow, that'd be cool.
There's squirrels.
Like a squirrel. I like a squirrel. Megan's not a huge fan of squirrels.
I like squirrels.
Okay.
They're
Because it's
squirrely.
it's your personality.
Thanks.
You're
You might
welcome.
see a box turtle walking across
Oh,
the path.
no, that would be cool.
Or some lizards or snakes sunning themselves in a little patch of sun.
So, as I hear you talking about that, experiencing the trails is kind of like experiencing the zoo. Slow down, listen, look around, and take in the entire experience.
Exactly. Use all your senses.
Use all your senses. I love it. Betsy, thank you so much for your time today. I know you're also got some stuff to do this morning, so we'll let you get back
You're welcome.
to
Thanks for
everything.
coming.
Absolutely. And thanks for the day. This is an awesome celebration. Megan, let's show our friends what they can expect when they come for a walk on Purgatory Trail. National Trails Day. Abby,
Yes.
tell our digital guests who you are.
All right. Well, my name is Abby Cates, and I am an AmeriCorps member serving here at the zoo this year. And one of my goals here was to build 2 miles of trail.
2 miles of
2
trail?
miles of trail.
And it's going to open in coinciding with today's National Trail Day?
It is.
How cool. 2 miles.
2 miles.
Do we have to walk the whole trails?
I couldn't walk 2 miles. She built 2 miles of trails. That is so, so cool. So what's the importance? Why have the trails at the zoo?
Why have them? Well,
I don't know.
They're great form of exercise, and it's great to connect with nature. We want to be able to allow people to see all of the great nature, experience all of the wildlife, hear the birds. Even that's my favorite part of going out on the trails. Yeah,
that is so cool, and it's neat to be able to have that expanded. Now we're kind of at a trailhead here. We are at the North Carolina Zoo. How cool is that? We're at the zoo. Can you explain what this is?
Yeah, so this is our beautiful burlap biodegradable ribbon that we will be cutting today. Yay!
It's a ribbon.
It's a ribbon.
So we don't have a ribbon cutting. We have a burlap bag strip cutting.
Yeah, this is the North Carolina Zoo. We're all about sustainability here, so we have to have something biodegradable.
Isn't that awesome?
Yep.
I love that. That is so cool. For our digital friends who don't know AmeriCorps, can you explain a little bit about AmeriCorps and why you ended up with the zoo?
Absolutely. So AmeriCorps is a federal service organization. So we work or serve in order to better the community and help provide programming, education to underserved communities at our host site. So for me, that is the North Carolina Zoo.
Very cool. And is it something that you get to choose, or is something they say, you know what, you're going to the zoo?
Yeah, so you get to apply to your host site, and AmeriCorps has so many different branches. So I'm actually part of the Conservation Trust for North Carolina.
Oh, cool. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
CTNC. So shout out to CTNC. So my branch specifically works on conservation efforts, especially in the Piedmont region.
Very cool. So we haven't done this in a long time. Is there anybody you'd like to say hi to that might be watching?
You know, none of my family is very tech savvy, but I'll shout out my mom, Paula Cates. You watching?
We've been very happy to have her. That's so cool. Abby, thank you so much for your time. I know you've got more to get to because we haven't really started yet. So thanks for your time.
Of course, and come visit our trails, please.
Like that. Thanks, Abby.
Of course.
Stay tuned. Wait, Betsy. I'm sorry, Alicia, can I interrupt? Oh, hey, how you doing? Asher, it's good to see you again. Can I interrupt real quick? I'm sorry. Thank you. Is there any way we can? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll let you. You enjoying the trail mix buffet? So I think I caught her at a bad time. So we'll let you finish. Okay, ready?
Yep.
Would it be okay if Megan and I came out to some of the regional lands with you and kind of let us see what's going on out there?
Absolutely. I would love to have you out there.
Awesome. Digital friends,
Come
what do you
on
think?
out.
I love it. Let's do it.
Yay.
We'll make a date. It'll be
Sounds
good.
good.
We'll keep you there. I'll
Let's
let you
do it
enjoy
soon.
the rest of your trail mix. Love it. All right, we're going to make that happen. I want to make sure we ask that question. Whew. May? That's a snake.
You have a keen eye there, Steve. Look at that.
It's kind of skills I have.
I'm telling you.
Educator May with us right now. So May, we are at the National Trails Day event.
Very exciting.
But why? It's all about trails. Why is there a snake here?
Why might you think so? This snake happens to be an eastern rat snake.
Eastern rat snake.
Yeah, you know where they live?
Eastern.
On the trails.
They live in Eastern.
In eastern.
They're a North Carolina native.
Yeah, they are. So you actually might see these guys on the trail.
Oh, really?
Or in your backyard.
I see.
Or in your
That
chicken
makes sense.
coop.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so we just have some native species here with us today. April has a box turtle.
Oh, okay. We'll go check out in a sec.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how do people feel when they see you with your snake out?
We get all different kinds of reactions, actually.
Sure you do.
We get some, ooh, awesome, and some, oh, no.
Oh, not so
But
awesome.
these guys are really awesome because they actually make really good pest control.
Pest control.
Yep, they'll
Why?
take care of your mice and your rats, and hence the rat snake.
Hence the rat snake.
Yeah.
See? Connections.
I see.
Connections.
And
I
they're
love
very
it.
docile, even in the wild. Like you can see, Scoots is pretty calm. She's
Yeah.
she's an
It's
ambassador
warm.
animal.
She's used to being out.
Yep, she's used to being around people. But even in the wild, they're pretty docile. They might do a little tail rattle as like a defensive mechanism.
Oh, cool.
But most of the time, it's just a bluff.
He wanted to come over and say hi. Very cool. Well, thank you, May. Appreciate you being here. And I know that our guests appreciate you being here as well. Let's go down and see a turtle. Come on down this way.
A turtle!
We're coming down to see a turtle.
A turtle.
A turtle.
Where's the turtle? All I see is the April. Oh,
This-
I see the turtle!
He's
Who
a
do
little
you-
wiggly.
Who do you have today?
This is Franklin.
Hi, Franklin. So again, we were talking with May a moment ago. An example of an animal that might be out on the trail. Same thing with Franklin.
Yep,
Very cool.
lots of them. Actually, our state reptile. So they're
Our
pretty
state
common.
reptile.
Yeah,
That's cool.
How about that?
yeah.
So give our digital friends one cool thing about a box turtle they may not know.
Well, they may not know that they have two hinges,
2 hinges.
which creates the box from their name.
Really?
And they can kind of, as their defense, completely go into their shell, which Franklin doesn't really seem to do.
He seems pretty relaxed.
He's outgoing. But they can kind of do that and like pretend to be a rock so nothing eats them
So nothing
for
eats
a while.
him.
I do that.
That's pretty good defense.
Yeah.
You have 2 hinges and you put yourself into a box?
Yeah, I pretend to be a rock.
Interesting. It sounds like a fun adaptation. It works for them, right?
Yeah.
Because it works for everybody. All right. Well, April, I know you've got more things to do. Thank you so much for letting us sneak over and say hi to Franklin,
Anytime.
the eastern box turtle. Hang tight. I love it. On the trail again. That is
I
awesome.
can't wait to be on the trail again.
And here we are. Digital friends, we just wanted to share a little bit of the little bit more of the trail with you. Take a little walk so you can see. This is at your North Carolina Zoo. There's 2 parts of the Purgatory Trail. This is kind of, they call it the Boy Scout Trail. It's kind of a trail that was developed a little bit easier walk, a little bit more wheelchair accessible. You can get on here if you have some mobility challenges. You can walk this little piece and still see some beautiful space, some amazing trees. So it's really, really a cool opportunity. From here is when you head up the mountain.
Dun, dun, dun.
Purgatory Mountain. A lot of history on Purgatory. Look at that tree right there. All broken over.
It's kind of funky.
A lot of history on Purgatory. A lot of stories.
A lot of stories,
Yep.
especially from people who have lived here for a long time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Generations.
It's neat. And we could dive into a bunch of them, but there's so many. From true spirits, from the folks that were mining gold up on the mountain, trying to tell stories, to old moonshiners telling stories to keep people away. So some amazing stories for Purgatory Mountain, Purgatory Trail here at the North Carolina Zoo. But we just wanted to share a little bit of this so you can see, yep, this is a pretty big deal. And we're so excited to be celebrating National Trails Day. You're seeing this a little bit later, but if you're into it, look it up. It's a cool thing. It's typically on June 4th or the first Saturday of June. You know what? I think it's the first Saturday of June is when it's normally celebrated. Digital friends, do me a favor. Any hikers out there? Just curious.
That's cool.
What'd you find?
Look at that one with the tree like wrapped around it.
Oh, it's a hug.
Yeah,
It's a hug.
that's nice.
So if you're a hiker, throw us a heart telling us you love being outdoors and in nature.
Where's my skeekers? There you are.
Are you on?
Yeah.
You on?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
We're rolling.
Okay, don't miss the shot.
Just don't roll downhill.
This is so cool.
Dun, 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 dun.
Actually cutting the burlap ribbon.
Those scissors.
It's biodegradable.
I wonder how sharp they are.
Here it comes. Close up. 1. Here it goes.
3, 2, 1.
Snip, snip.
All right, so we will be breaking
folks. Hang out by the freebie table and get everything ready to go. It is so exciting to bring you an amazing woman. Pat Simmons is the director of the North Carolina Zoo. Thank you so much just for a moment, Pat. But I have a pretty serious question for you. Why trails at a zoo? Right? Trails at a zoo?
It's a good question.
I thought so.
Well, you think, gee whiz, you come to the zoo just to see animals in
Right.
already preset places? Well,
Sure.
you know what? Zoos are about a lot more than just the animals that you might see there.
Oh, okay.
It's all about nature and connecting people to wildlife, no matter where they're at, whether they're at the zoo or
Ooh.
actually scrambling around on the ground on a trail. The
love that.
opportunity
That's cool.
to get you out into the wild, have a chance to explore and discover things that we haven't already presented to you
Yeah.
is one of the best experiences that you could possibly have. And that's the whole point. Get you in love with nature
I love it.
and take care of our animals.
I love it. That is so cool. Nice and simple and just makes total sense. Pat, I know you're a busy person. Please, thank you so much for your time, and we'll be with you in a minute. We would be remiss to not have the neighborhood naturalist tell us a little about trails at the North Carolina Zoo. Dear little friends, you know him. You love him. Bob Langston. Come on over, Bob.
Howdy, Steve. How
Good
are
to see you. Always good to see you, Bob.
Good to see you.
And this is really cool because this is truly our neighborhood naturalist in his environment, which is cool. And it's awesome that you can share some of this information with. National Trails Day.
Yep.
We're taped, a little late, but they
It's
understand.
okay.
We're still trying to get out on the trails.
Yeah.
Benefits of being on the trails, Bob.
Gosh, there's so many. One of the big things, we mentioned earlier the fact that we had a group from the Phi Theta Kappa chapter over at RCC. And when Clark Adams first approached me, one of the things, they were working on a project that was the differences between built spaces in our
Okay.
communities and non-built spaces. And I
Oh.
said, well, I have a great idea because there's a connection. There's a corridor that gets you from out here in the parking lot to up here on the mountain.
Oh, I love it.
And those are the trails. So these are the access routes that actually help you get to the places where you can see the wilder, less developed part of things. That's one of the advantages. It's a great place to come out. I like to use the term mental floss.
Mental.
because-
Wait. You can't just say that and then not. Did you hear that?
I like that.
Mental floss.
Yeah.
I love
barely
that.
Use dental floss. I said use mental floss.
Well, we use dental floss to get the gunk out from between our teeth, and so mental floss just helps you get the gunk
Empties
out of
out.
your head.
Empties
so
out
it
the
helps
brain. I
you
love
clear
it.
your head, and it's a good opportunity. Plus, it's a physical activity, gets your blood pumping. The once we get to the trail on the other side of the service road, that's the steepest part of the trail, and I will fuss and cuss going up that one little piece of hill more than anything else, and it's 100 yards. But other than that, it's just.
But still a steep little journey,
It is,
though.
but so it's physical activity. It's great. One of the great things about it was we got information from the governor's office during the pandemic of other things that we needed to try and encourage people to get outside and to do things because so many of us basically caved up. We just sort of stayed in our homes. We worked from home in many cases, especially during the real
you're kinda locked in,
pre-vaccination pandemic stuff.
Yeah. Well,
And
fearful.
so, but we had the opportunity to come outside. So by working on trails, by getting out here, it gave us an opportunity to get some sun. What a lot of people don't realize is that physiologically, the purpose of cholesterol in our bodies is when the sun shines on your skin, the sunshine and cholesterol combine to make vitamin D, which is a happiness vitamin. So it makes us feel better. It gives us a good brain thing going on. So that's a real benefit, even though we get tree cover. But in the wintertime,
Still get everything in.
you have everything else.
Very cool. I love that
Yeah.
kind of thing. So, we talked to Betsy a little bit about kind of the benefits of being out here and kind of things you can see. What are some things you've seen when you've been out on the trails at the zoo?
Some of the really cool things while we were working up on the Moonshine Run Trail. This is on the north slope of Purgatory Mountain. One day we were up there working, and it was early in the spring. And the first thing we came up with was a little earth snake, which is a little brown snake. You don't see them very often. They're not very big, maybe 10 inches tops. So we found one of those. Same day, we had just pulled a big rock out of the ground to make our way on the trail, and we found a red salamander.
Oh, wow.
And this is a long way from a creek, so
Sure
this
it
was actually
is.
pretty cool find and everything
How
like
fun
that.
is
He was a
that?
fully mature one. He was about this big. So some of the wildlife stuff is great. It never ceases to astound me when we're walking on the trails to look up and you'll catch a tree where the woodpeckers have been going nuts.
What did you say, Bob? You said, look up.
Look up. And
Observations.
absolutely. When you walk the trails, one of the things you'll see is the remnants of some old bat houses that used to
Ooh.
be up here. So you'll see this sheet of plywood that's about maybe 2 feet tall and 18 inches wide, tacked on the side of a tree. Most of the bat house has fallen off, but it has the ridges that are cut into the
really? So you
plywood,
can hold on
so
to it.
the bats can hang on to it. So people will often ask us, "Gee whiz, what's that?" And so it's the remnants of
an old bat.
bat houses and things like that. Plus,
Oh.
there is still one that we found, one remnant of an old coolant tank from a still that's up here. It's on Harts Creek.
Don't tell Megan.
It's an old one.
Megan tells amazing stories of her. Megan's been in North Carolina. Her family's been in North Carolina for a long time, and she was telling me stories while they were chatting about some of the drinks.
Some of the questionable experiences in my family's past.
Knowing where Megan calls home
Right,
originally and everything, she probably has some kinship with some of the Flowers family.
Yep.
That there we go, legendary around Wake County. But anyhow,
So impossible for you to do. I'm going to do one real quick. Huge shout out to you. Definitely. You don't get that all the time. I think it's awesome to be able to say amazing shout out to you for the incredible work that you've done on these trail stuff. Is there anybody I know when we ask for a shout out, a list is always horrible. Somebody's going to get left off. But there's people that we should make a shout out so they can understand, yes, this is a huge group coordinated effort.
it's a big group effort, and I think that's a really big thing. Some of the people that have really helped make things possible have been the horticulture staff. Horticulture staff originally did most of the trail work to get started with.
Cool.
And when Nell was working with these originally, she was part of horticulture staff. They got a lot of things done early on. Plus, a lot of our trail team comes from the horticulture department, up to and including Will Sparks, who is one of our chief equipment operators.
Thank you, Will.
He trained us in how to
he trained you all?
Yes, he trained
did not
us in
know
how to
that.
make sure we knew how to work the equipment and everything like that. So those are, it encompasses a lot of people. I only mention a couple of names. Nell's a big part of this. When during the pandemic, we sat down and started revising the trail plan. And we worked with the documents that she had prepared back around 2016 and 2018. And so we were able to go ahead and build on that and just do a little revision. But it was
And Nell
nice.
she was our endangered plant specialist.
Yes.
That was out and about.
Yep.
That's awesome. And then there was another lady. What was her name? Mary Joan.
Mary Joan Pugh. Yeah.
Mary Joan Pugh. That's what. Big deal in getting everything started. I'm teasing her because she's right over there.
You have to remember that one of the we get recognized quite a bit for being a very, very environmentally friendly institution and zoo, and a lot of that groundwork, a lot of that happened as a direct result of some of the work that Mary Joan did prior to her retirement.
Yep,
So,
yep.
yeah.
It's good to shout out those folks.
Yeah.
Because it's been going on a long, long time. Mary Joan's retired since. It's awesome to be able to shout her out a little bit. So thank you, Mary Joan, as I looked and see you smiling over there. Nell over here, thank you for all your time, Nell, as well. And everybody else. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing group. It's come together, put these trails together that you can visit when you come to the North Carolina Zoo next time you're in Asheboro. Bob, thank you so very much.
Thank you, guys.
Yep.
Thanks,
See you in a little bit.
Okay, Reasons for Trails 101. Miss Phoebe just brought us a prime specimen example of things we might find, and Steve is trying to identify it with this fancy app now.
It's called iNaturalist. We've actually done an episode on iNaturalist before.
did.
So let's see what iNaturalist says. That's pretty cool.
So funky.
Probably kind of dangerous. Can you zoom in on those little spines?
Oh,
So probably
oh my
dangerous. Don't
goodness.
get too close.
I thought that was fluff. It's actually
Nope,
spine.
they're actually spines.
Ow.
So let's see what iNaturalist suggests.
Can I see the close up?
We'll put them over here.
Okay, they're returning him. So this
looks
is
like-
great wildlife care.
They're
So-
recommending the buck moth.
Oh, buck moth.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. But yeah,
What is
so
it called?
you find wildlife
moth. So
and then
buck moth.
observe it and put it back,
That's
or
what they're saying.
just watch it where it is.
So,
What do y'all think? You guys want to go out on more trails, look for more animals?
Click right away. Give you suggestions. So, Phoebe,
Where to?
National Trails Day. Where to? Well, we just came from.
Nope, wrong way.
Just came from.
Nope, keep going.
Just came from. Here.
Yeah.
And now we're here. Megan and I have made a huge trek to come over here for National. But this is a map of the trail system that's just outside the zoo that you can walk if you decide to come to the zoo and visit. It's beautiful. It's shaded, but you can see the distances here. Purgatory, the blue trail, is to get you to the top of the mountain. Middle Mountain Trail is the newer trail that has just been completed recently. The Mountain Laurel Trail, beautiful, but a little more rugged. And Moonshine Run, another one that's right along this line. It's a little steep, so you got to be ready to do that one. The one I'm real good on is this one over here.
Hey, Steve, what's the sign beside that one?
It says accessible. I need accessible. So that's what that's all about. I hope you enjoyed today's little quick episode on another thing the zoo is very proud about being part of, and that is the trail system here at the zoo and without. It's a great thing for you to do. Megan, are you much of a hiker?
I love hiking. Me and my dogs have actually hiked this trail a few times.
Nice.
Pretty cool up here.
It's a good little hike. So if you come to the zoo and you have a little extra time, come by and enjoy the trails that are right here at your North Carolina Zoo. Your Zoo Adventures team today was Megan behind the camera.
Woo-hoo.
Steve was in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Y'all stay safe. We hope to see you soon at the North Carolina Zoo. Bye, y'all.